Okay, so we're live. I'm just waiting for it to filter through, and here we go. Hello, YouTube Point community. Me, Robert, with Point Up. Guys, we have a little bit of a scheduling, mishap. How you doing, Doug Wagner, Paul Hampton? Good to see you, Paul. I hope everything's doing good with you. Yo, Ken, hello to you, OC Stackers. Ronald Harris, hello. Doug Wagner, I didn't think your name. Yeah, I got my leg today, Ronald. Little sore. Only allowed to have it for an hour at a time. I don't know if you remember that, but at the beginning, you got to take and you got to work your way into it. Guys, we're working on a little bit of content right now. We seem to take and have a little delay on our guest. I'm not certain if it's the thing because of the California time frame or the just a California thing. So we're going to take, and I know the discussion today is going to be on pre and post 33 gold and silver. They call it constitutional silver. So we're going to have we'll have a discussion on that, and I'm sort of kind of just waiting for content to come through, let's say. But for right now, what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to take and we're going to bring up, we're going to bring everybody up. Huh? Oh, well, okay, hold on. Yeah. Don't forget. What about? Oh, that's right. Yeah. Go to the last podcast, guys. In the comment section, type in Kennedy, and you'll be registered to win a silver Kennedy commemorative dollar. So do yourself a favor and go do that. Make certain you're registered for that giveaway. However, I want to take, and I think what I want to do is I want everyone to come up and let's get an introduction of the panel today so far, guys. And then we will take, and then we're going to go straight from there to Brad. He's got a little bit of coin news or information for all of us. So bring us all up. There we go. Okay. Let's see. Joe, go ahead and introduce yourself. We'll start right there.
Hello, everybody. Joe Durban Auctions. Good to see everybody. Hope you guys are all doing well today. Thank you, Robert.
Thank you, Joe, for showing up. And Alden Davis.
Hey, everybody. This is Alden Davis. Proud to be here, be affiliated with Coin.
Okay, and we're going to take, and I'm going to highlight and go straight up, guys, to Brad of Coins Plus. Go for it, Brad.
Well, hi, guys. A little bit of a late start here on the news, but of course, the Whitman Baltimore Coin Expo is going on as we speak. They open today and go through the 23rd. Around the country, I have to keep flipping through things here. The Camden Coin Show is coming up, and it's Camden, South Carolina. So those of you in the South Carolina area can hop over there and see what's going on at the Camden Coin Show. And now I have to keep going back and forth with my phone. I'm sorry. The South Regional Coin and Currency Show, sponsored by the Arkansas Coin and Bullion and Major Tucker's Coin and Bullion. And that is going along in Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. And I do know that there's a bunch of people out in that area in Oklahoma that have told me, well, there are no coin stores out here. It's hard to buy coins. Well, you can pop over to that coin show and get your fill. And let's see what the Northwest Coin Club is doing here. They have a show, and the Northwest Club is in Brooklyn Center, Minnesota. So those of you in the Minneapolis area can pop over to the coin show there and see what's going on and who is next here on the list. The Elgin Coin Club, March 24th, they have their show. The Bucks, Montana coin shows, Trevios coin show is March 24th. North Hill Coin Club annual show. Let's see where North Hill's from. We got to wait for it to come up on my phone here. I'm sorry for the delay, but Zion Opal, Pennsylvania at the American Legion Hall there. So that's could be close to some of you tuning in today. Palm Beach Coin Show, March 24th. Hop on a plane, go to sunny Florida. I just got back. It's beautiful, 85 degrees, sun shining, a little breeze. Then we have the March 24th, the Old Bridge Coin Currency and Stamp Show, and the Old Bridge, New Jersey. Those of you in that area have a couple of shows to choose from coming up here this weekend. And the Michiana Coin Show, March 24th, is coming up also. And that one is in South Bend, Indiana. So you can get up and join all of your friends in South Bend. And the Ohio Coin and Collectible Show, March 24th, is coming up. And it is in Westlake, Ohio. So that is all the way up in the north part of the state on Lake Erie's shore. So you might be able to get over there also. There's a lot of weekly auctions from the major companies coming up. Heritage, DLRC, Great Collections. Those are all things that you can look into. I know you already subscribe to most of those websites. And that would be what I have for the coin shows coming up. Let's tune in one more place if I can find it here. There it is. So let's see what's going on internationally. There is trying to find a few things here. Sorry.
Hey, Brad, real quick.
Yes,
real
sir.
quick, I wanted to tell everybody that this weekend, the Green Hill show is going to be 1 week early. So Green Hill is going to be on the 24th this month. Normally it'll be on the 31st, but being that's going to be a holiday, Jim Huff has taken and pushed it back to where it'll be March 24th. This is going to be one of the first times, guys, that it is not the last Sunday of the month. So if you go to the Green Hills Coin Show, just remember, it's not going to be the last Sunday of the month. It's going to be on the 24th, which is the, well, even though it is the, what, 1, 2, 3? It's the Sunday. Yeah, it'll be the fourth Sunday, which is usually the last Sunday of the month. There's 5 Sundays this month, so it's going to be the fourth Sunday this month. So I apologize for interrupting you, Brad, but go ahead, and if you would like to...
That's quite all right, Robert. That's thank you. And the only other really thing that I had is I got a email from Colby Fanning Booksellers today. They have a special sale on items in their bookstore. So I highly recommend Colby Fanning to those of you that are building a numismatic library. Give Dave Fanning a call or drop him a line and see what he has. So that kind of catches us up on the news there.
Oh, anybody else out there have something to go with? Go ahead. Stack Surfer, get your back. I sent you a Stack Surfer. I sent you a link. Did you lose it? If so, I can send you another one, sir. Let me know in the comments or something, and we will get you back up here. Yeah, looking for you, Stack Surfer. So, sorry, I don't know how that happened. Okay.
I'd like to say, even the people that can't make the coin shows, find your local coin dealer or coin club, and participate and join it, because that's a good source of information. It's also a good place to learn.
Right on, Alden. Good stuff, Brad. That coin show down Brooklyn Center this weekend. That's a big 3-day show. About 400 tables.
That's a huge one. Yeah.
Yeah.
You heading down?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there. People can go meet the famous Joe Durban and get his autograph on an IOU.
Yeah. On an IOU. That's awesome. So,
Robert, I don't know if you have have the opportunity to receive a photograph from somebody. But
yes, I do. In Stack Surfer, I just took in Stacking Surfer. I just sent you another email. Let me know if you've got. Well, if you got it, get your ass to the back room. Go ahead.
Augustin Pagan at 310 sent you a note, Robert. I don't know if you can receive a photograph from them that we can look at online today and give them some answer or not.
Okay.
They just resent at 312.
Yeah, Augustine, you can. I've got to put up an email address. Hold on a second, Robert, because I want it to take. And 1 second, everybody. Let me get it set so that I can take and get. Hold on. Right here, Robert. Okay, let me take 1 second, everybody, and I'll give you the email address that you can take and send it to. Okay, here it comes. Okay, guys, here comes the email. And right there you go. So, send it. Okay. Augustine Pagan, send it to that email address, coinoplimited@gmail.com, and I will take it. I'll be able to check it out. Okay, now. Okay. Guys, we have our guest finally show up. I know our guest took and is, I believe, on lunch break. I believe, if memory serves me correctly, in the way I read his email to me. So I do want to get him in, guys. This is going to be Stacking Surfer, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to do our discussion on pre and post 33 second. I hope I got it named correctly for him. However, guys, please do me a favor and give a nice kind welcoming to Stacking Surfer, and we will take. How you doing, my friend? Good to see you.
Well, good to see you. It's been a while.
Hey, I'll tell you what. I've watched you a couple times over on the Yankee channel. I watched you giving him that coin, which was really cool. That I guess it's surfboard.
So I bought too many of these things, right? My friend, these are coins for my surfboard artist friend, Drew Brophy. But it's one of these coins.
Yeah, that's one I see.
So they were supposed to make 3 of them, 3 different surfboards, one a year, and PAMP canceled about 3 weeks before they were going into production for the second one. So this is going to be the only one that comes out. There's only 3,000 of them out there. And I picked up a bunch because it goes along with my channel, and I'm just going to give them away to people. So this one's going to be given away for my 5,000 subscriber party that I haven't announced yet. That's going to be coming up soon.
Nice. Very nice.
And it is in the case really well. But let me pull it out because it's kind of cool just to show you guys as you bringing that up.
Okay. Sure.
This is the surfboard design. And it's a 1 ounce coin.
Very nice.
And yeah, it's pretty cool. It's got a nice design on the back here. And they're all individually numbered. So this one is, let me just point out. This one's 2053.
So anyway, how many did he mint of that one?
Yeah, so PAMP only minted 3,000 of these.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So they have the design for the next 2 all ready to go. And I don't know. I guess they're not going to come out, but I'm hoping we might be able to find another place to help him get these created. The next one is really cool. It's a skeleton surfing a wave with a big American flag behind him, which is really cool.
Okay, well, listen, I'll tell you what, I will let you go ahead and get through with your presentation. And then at the end of that, if you will be around for a few minutes, if we have any questions, we can let people ask you a few questions.
Yeah, totally.
If somebody has a question that I feel that might be relevant, I'll take and I will put it up and you'll notice it on your screen because it'll just be, you know, how you just a small question. So, but I'll try not to interrupt.
Yeah, no, that sounds great. So, a couple things I just wanted to share with everybody. I come from a banking background. My family is bankers and real estate people. And I don't know what happened to me, but I did a little bit of that and I ended up going into high tech. So I am on a lunch break right now. I have a little bit of time, so I'm happy to share that with you guys. But I sell artificial intelligence software. So I'm very well aware of what's going on with AI. I work with it every day. Our AI has been around for a decade. A lot of AI has been around since 2000. You guys just don't know it from that name. AI is really just kind of a fancy name to call things now. But that's what I do. I help companies basically create more automation in their systems so that they can be more efficient with their employees. So an example would be calling into a call center instead of having to have someone pull up 4 or 5 different screens on different monitors to track a whole bunch of stuff. We're able to put it all into one screen for them, which makes it much easier. So it creates a lot of efficiencies, which is pretty good. But that's what I do. I've got a master's out of Northwestern University in advertising and predictive analytics and PR. And yes, they do all kind of go together if you put them on the marketing side of things. But I set out to create this channel to really help people and give back to the community. I feel like it's a calling for me to do this. So what I'm here to do is kind of help you guys on that journey. I've made a lot of mistakes with stacking. I've been stacking for about 3.5 years now. And I've made a lot of mistakes. I've bought maybe a little too much of this kind of stuff, right? It's fun to have it. You don't want to have a ton of it. And I have been stacking things that are a little bit less expensive now. So I'll show you guys just a couple examples of things that I have. And then I do have my pre-33 gold I want to share with you guys here. And then I'm happy to answer any questions you guys have as well. So I picked these up at Tim Marshner's coin shop when I went out to visit Yankee recently. And these are Buffalo bars. And I'm using these to give away on my channel when we do our live streams. But they're pretty cool. They're Buffalo bars, 1 ounce, 3/9 fine silver. And this is the kind of stuff that's better to stack than the fancy surfboards because you're getting the same amount of metal in these. One's going to run you over $100. One of them is going to run you about $26, $27. So you got to be smart about that stuff. But anyway, one thing I wanted to share with you guys is I do have a love for pre-33 gold. So you've probably seen a couple of my live streams going on with Ted recently. I met Ted from Ron's Basements channel, from Ron's channel. And we've been talking a lot about silver. Silver is undervalued right now compared to just about anything out in the market. Most everything else has basically gone over its 1985 highs. Silver has not done that yet. It has not hit $50 yet. So I think there is an opportunity there to do more with silver. But my love of metals still goes back to pre-33. This is where I have a big love. So I picked up this coin from Empire Precious Metals auction for $1,900. And it is a Liberty. Let's see, what date do we have on here? 1897. And it is a double eagle. And these are one of my favorite coins. So I'll show you guys that real quick. And one of the reasons I'm bringing this up is I love pre-33 gold. It's history. They're not going to make any more of these. A lot of them were melted down. It reminds me about the confiscation that happened to hold on to your money and not turn it in. Technically, it's also exempt from any future confiscations. Laws can be changed, and the law is not completely clear, but it does talk about collectibles, and technically these would be collectibles since it does not have the current denomination of $50 on it for an ounce of gold, like the Eagles do. Technically, it's 90% gold, so it's not quite a full ounce. But I picked this up for $1,900 below melt about a month ago. And if it has not been cleaned, which I'm not a good enough eye to tell if it has not been cleaned or not, because it looks like it's in really good shape. But if it has not been cleaned and it comes in at an MS64, this thing's going to run about $4,000. And if it comes in at an MS65, it's going to be worth about $5,500. So one thing I just want to point out there is you can find great deals out there. No one else thought to bid on this. I put the first bid in and no one else bid it, and I was able to pick it up. So look for some great deals out there. I love Pre-33 when you can get it, especially raw, that you can take and send in for grading. I think it's a huge opportunity to make a little bit more money from it. But for me, I like to stack Pre-33 gold. It's, to me, a lot of times I can buy it for $100 more than I can a gold eagle or a gold buffalo. And so I do love those. And then the other kind of gold that I like to stack to are fractionals. So these are little kangaroos that are 1/10 ounce. And I think these are great, especially if you can pick them up on a good price. I picked these up for $230 on Guido Stacking. And that was before the price just jumped. But anyway, these have been kind of fun to have. And, you know, I think it's important to have coins in your own country, but I think it's also important to look at how much you can buy things for. So for me, if it's going to be $255 to buy a gold eagle, or I can buy a kangaroo for $230, I tend to lean towards the $230. But that's kind of what I wanted to share with you guys as far as some of the gold thoughts. As far as silver goes, you know, a lot of my my thoughts around silver right now is it is something that is way down in price. The gold to silver ratio, we're almost up at 90. I think it's around 88 or so last time I checked. It's been a few days, so it might be a little higher now. But I do think there's some massive opportunity in it. So I'm still looking for deals like this. If I find a gold deal, I'm buying it. But I'm also looking for more deals like this where I can buy a bunch of these for, I want to say I picked these up for $27 each, but maybe it was 28 at Tim's. And I think these are great deals to get more silver. So I'm also buying Type 1 Eagles. Uh-oh, that one jumped out at you. So don't do that. I'm buying Type 1 Eagles. I'm buying Type 2 Eagles. I'm not too concerned about them at the moment. I'm still doing some research on that. You guys may have some questions. I'll do my best to answer those. And I'm also buying up a bunch of constitutional right now. So that's kind of my big goal right now is fractional silver, which is this stuff. So I've got 2 videos coming out next week on fractional silver or constitutional silver. And I'm going to be talking about why I love this stuff and why I have a bunch of it and why I'm getting more of it. But I think this is going to come in handy if we have some crazy situations. So Robert, that's kind of my main presentation that I had. I don't know what other questions you guys might have for me, but I'm happy to answer questions for you.
Thank you. I appreciate it very much. I don't know if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask. By the way, everybody, Brad is at a brick and mortar, so he may have had to take care of a customer. That might be why he's not here in the screen. Well, you know, you had made mention about the gold being confiscated. I don't know if a lot of people know this, but I believe, now I'd like to have somebody look into this because I've heard, I don't know if it was Andy Scheckman or who it was, but I believe somebody said that law was never properly amended, so it never became a law. Now that's my understanding, but I don't know because I thought I heard about people who actually went to jail, but again, that just may be rumors. I don't know if anybody out there in the coin community knows about it or not. If you do, feel free to comment. Do you happen to know anything about that?
I don't, but it's something Nick and I are going to do some shows on. We're going to actually read the documents. We just haven't had time to put it together yet, but we're planning on actually reading through the executive orders. So keep in mind anything that okay, first off, I think it's good to diversify and have a lot of different product. What I'm learning is I want to have fewer SKUs though when it comes to bullion. Collectibles are a little different, but when it comes to bullion, I'm not looking to have everything under the sun, but to kind of keep it to a handful of different coins. You know, I do think that with Pre-33 gold, I do think you have a lot of people that are collecting that. I do think it puts it in a little bit of a different status, but I'll have to look that up, Robert, and see if that law's been properly put in there or not. Everything can be changed, even if it does have a law, and anything that is a executive order can be changed with the next president. So executive orders are messy. They're not great. Presidents are using too many of them, and it's not the power that that the not Congress, but the founding fathers wanted to put in the hands of the president. They weren't supposed to go and, circumvent Congress like they have been.
Right. Budget Coin Hunter says, so what about older foreign gold, sovereigns, 20 francs and such like that?
I think they're great. I mean, I have some sovereigns from England. I've got some coins from Austria as well. And then I have a lot of Spanish gold. So if you guys have seen those new bulls, lynxes, and colts, I have a lot of that gold. I'm able to get it at a pretty good price. So I have a handful of those when I find them at a good deal. I think it's great. Gold is gold, silver is silver. In my opinion, if we get into a bartering situation, I do think it's going to be helpful to have coins or to have silver, right, in a form that has markings on it. So it says how fine it is, that it is silver. It's helpful to have years on your coins. And then it's going to be the stuff in your own country is going to be more recognizable. So I tend to go heavier on coins that are US based. But I've heard, Robert, too, I've heard that countries can confiscate their own currency, but they can't necessarily confiscate other countries' currencies. So I know some people will stack foreign gold, hoping that the US can never take their current gold. And by the way, I don't think anybody's ever going to show up at a doorstep asking for metals or forcing them out of people's hands. If we ever see another gold confiscation, I think it's going to be more in the form of taxation, not physical, confiscation.
Yeah, I think that, quite honestly, people, and I'm not trying to live out of somebody else's wallet, but people like us, we probably are considered petty, comparatively speaking, to the banks, which if the government was wanting to get any substantial amount of gold, I would think they'd want to take and go talk to the bankers.
I think they go for the vaults, right? They go for all of the IRA vaults. That's where they're going to go to get stuff. They're going to go, and if they're doing that, they're also going after crypto. They're going to go raid all of the exchanges and take the crypto off of that. Some people might be safe with their hardware wallets, but you can sit right outside of a hardware wallet and you can seize stuff. That's how the US has seized a lot of Bitcoin.
Well, I'll tell you what, I took in one of the things that I've taken, and how come that came up? I don't either. It's not there's one I wanted to see. Okay. I was gonna say, I think that one of the things I've been saying is if the CBDC, if the Fed gets that in, that they're going to outlaw Bitcoin and all the rest of them, because I said, you know what, that would be like right now having fiat currency and saying, okay, you're allowed to take, and hey, there can, counterfeiters, go ahead and start printing all the money you want. Well, wouldn't that be the same if they're printing up, or not printing, but I mean, my goodness, what is a Bitcoin? What is all that? It's nothing but it's a program.
It is. It's a software program. If you really want to look at what Bitcoin is, it's a blockchain technology.
Right.
So all it is it's software that basically is it has a ledger, and that ledger is being all throughout the day. It's being reconciled across hundreds, well, thousands, if not a million computers. I don't know how many computers are doing it right now, running it. And it's not even full computers. They're basically graphics cards and some stripped down computers that are just doing math equations. So the other issue I have with Bitcoin is it's using up a ton of electricity and energy just to do these transactions, and there's nothing that comes out of it. When you go mine gold and silver, which takes up electricity and other energy, right, oil and other things like that, you at least have something physical that can be used for industry or for jewelry or for high-end electronics with gold. And then with silver, there's a ton of different things you can use it for. So I think Bitcoin is a waste of energy in a lot of ways. It also requires you got to have electricity. If the lights ever go off, it doesn't work. You also have to really secure this stuff, and it's not easy. If you leave it on exchanges, it's not secure. it can be stolen. Your exchange can go down or be seized by a foreign government. If you put it onto a wallet, you can lose your code, or someone could somehow hack that potentially. And if you put it on a hardware device, you could also lose the code, or you could lose the device. And if you lose the device, it's okay. You can usually get one back. But if you lose the code, you lose everything that's in there. There's no recovering this thing. However, there's a company that started recovering Bitcoin using supercomputers. And if they can recover Bitcoin keywords, you know they're going to figure out how to hack these wallets that have huge amounts in them. So for me, it's, having Bitcoin is something that maybe you want to, if you want it, play around with it, make some money off of it. But as you're getting profits, please put it into precious metals, because I don't think it's going to be around forever. And I think it's going to have some major issues with it. I think the government will not allow it to stay next to a digital currency they create.
Yeah,
I just don't think
Bitcoin. Bitcoin kind of it's like AI to me. It scares the crap out of me.
It should.
Well, another thing that I've talked about is a lot of people don't realize that we have quantum computers coming into play here.
Yep.
And once the people realize what a quantum computer, the way they can decipher codes and break through, I don't care whose password it is, they can just literally, seconds, for some of the most complicated codes. So with that, I like my gold and silver in my hands where I can hold it, not at a vault, because of what you just said. Real quick though, Ronald said our pre-33 coins worth more than modern coins. I'll let anybody answer that would like to.
Well, I'll give my 2 cents on it. Here's the thing. You're getting a little bit less gold than you are with a gold eagle or a gold buffalo. Okay. And it's going to cost you a little bit more. Honestly, I don't pick up raw pre-33 gold unless I can buy it at about the same cost as an eagle or a buffalo. I just don't do it. So that's the first thing I'm looking for. Second, if you have graded ones, the key is to try not to overpay for those. A lot of times you can find them for $100 more. And to me, if I can spend $100 more on a pre-33 that's graded, MS62 or higher, I have interest in it. I'll pick those up. If you're going for more expensive ones, you're going in for that numismatic designation of a higher grade, it will be worth more. However, if you get in an SHTF type situation, I don't know that you're going to get your money out of it. So be careful not, overpaying for these coins. But to me, I do think there's a higher value for them because they are history. They're not making any more of them.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm more of a coin collector than a stacker, so I collect a lot of older coins just because of the history. That's what got me into this.
Brad, there's one for you to answer.
I don't know international law. So I would think it would depend on what country, probably, but that would be something to check into before you decide where you're going to retire. If I'm retiring to Ecuador, I'm definitely going to find out what their do's and don'ts are as far as my survival metals of gold, silver, and lead. So we're going to have to, that's not a question that can be easily answered, I don't believe. But let me be a little bit of a contrarian. In 1933, gold was not outlawed. That's the great myth. Only in some forms. So as soon as that legislation was proposed, a group of influential coin dealers got together and went to Congress and said, hey, look, we're not giving up our antique coins out of our collections for the government to melt. So they changed that and made anything dated before 1933 is legal to own. So in 1934, 1944, 1954, 1964, you could own as much gold in the U.S. as you could afford to buy. It just had to be in certain forms, and that form would have to be anything dated before 1933. So all the US 20s and 10s and everything that was minted other than the 33s were legal. Also, the other countries then decided, hey, we read the law and we figured out how to circumvent it. That's why the Austrians and the Hungarians made the 100 coronas and dated them 1915, even though they were making them in 1960 something. So I've been in the coin business since 75. I collected before that. I was familiar with what was going on. So I could go into my local coin shop in the 70s before gold was re-legalized, and I could have bought stacks of 100 coronas, stacks of 20s. So there's always a way around it. I do agree 100% with our host that in the future, they're not going to try to control you by whether you can or cannot trade it. They're going to control you by how much of the nut they're going to grab for their own. So there could be a value added tax on any gold or silver transaction someday. That would be my greatest fear also. So, but in that respect, I agree that pre-33 gold does offer a greater assurance of continued reign of collectability, whereas, they may tax the bullion pieces at a different rate. I also agree that the pre-33 coins right now are ridiculously cheap compared to what they were just a few months ago. So you can buy MS63 20 libs right now for about $2,300, which is the same as what you're paying for a 1 ounce gold eagle. So it's your choice whether you want the 1 ounce gold eagle or the $20 Liberty and certified 63 that has 96% of an ounce of gold in it. So, I think the old U.S. coins offer a great value today also.
And I thank you, Brad. Yeah, and if you take a go to Brad today at Coins Plus, and if you take and put in coin off 10, you can get it 10. No, I'm just joking. Hey, everybody. Well, I mean,
counting the already discounted coins.
Exactly. Hey, I mean, come on, Tim, the Yankee Sager, he's got, everyone's got a sponsor, right? But
Oh, that's funny.
oh, real quick, guys, I do want to show, because this is going to take in at 4:00. We are going to be giving away the Kennedy silver dollar. Right here it is. It's the commemorative silver dollar. Go to the last podcast, type in the word Kennedy if you'd like to be entered in order to have a chance at winning this silver. It's a silver dollar for the commem. And we will be taking and picking that at 4:00. So go back to the last podcast. If it has a link to it, that would be nice. And
Good luck, everybody.
that's right. Good luck. Okay, sorry about that. I just wanted to make certain that we put that out there, everyone, because we do have to take in, we do want to give away stuff every now and then. So,
But going back to what our guest said earlier, you can buy raw 20s today in AU Unk condition for about $2,200 a piece. I have a few in the shop that somebody walked in today. They can walk out at 22.
So, Brad, what do you think about this one for 19?
Well, 19's a good deal. I'd pay more than 19 for it today, but it's hard to grade a coin like that.
I'm just saying, even if it just let's say it was cleaned, let's say it's not in the greatest condition, even at 19.
Well, it melts at 2,100. I mean, you can throw it in the furnace at 2,100. So any dealer would pay you a couple percent less than that and sell it for a couple percent more. It looks like, from what I saw, it looks like it's at least an AU58 to an MS62. Sorry, can't narrow it down any more than that. Did not look clean. That doesn't mean there aren't some light cleaning lines on it that I can't see.
Sure.
But
It's a moneymaker either way.
That's a no-brainer.
Yeah, it's a moneymaker.
Actually, I felt bad about it a little bit because no one else bid
Never
on it.
feel bad about it. That's fine. They sold it. They were happy to take the money.
They weren't
but
until
when
5
you
minutes
said-
later in the chat.
When you said
people
though
were
you like to buy raw gold and then have it certified, be careful with that at this level, because you can buy the already certified gold for practically the same price, and you're not risking your $45 to $60 to get it certified. Most dealers, if they think it would certify as a 4 or better, are going to submit it themselves before they sell it.
And yeah, by the way, Surfer, just to let you know, I've got some gold that I bought back when it was real cheap. So yeah, me and Brad talked about this the other day. He asked when I was going to be selling, and I mean, because everybody was selling, it's like, no, I'm not ready to sell yet. I've got gold that I only paid $2.55 an ounce for.
That's
I
beautiful.
mean, yeah, and it's like, but I'm not ready to sell it yet. I mean, but I only wish that when it was that cheap, I had an extra $100,000 back in the day, but I didn't. So
I've actually been selling some of my gold. I've got a eBay channel or eBay store, and I sold a Queen's Beast Completer 1 ounce gold coin for $28.50, and I picked it up for $19.20. So if I, every once in a while, I'll pick up 2 of something and I'll sell one. I'll hold on to the other one, but for the most part, what I found is buying silver in the last couple of years and trying to sell it is not advisable. You're not really going to get anything out of it. With gold, you might be able to get a little bit, but that's not really a profit. That's just inflation adjustment. It's just the dollar debasing. So, the one thing I think some people think is, oh my gosh, my gold's gone up $200. I can sell it and make some money. You're not really making money.
I know Brad can speak on this, but when I sold my sister, I got her and her husband to purchase some gold and silver. In fact, I bought the gold from Brad. I told him, I said, don't use this expecting to get rich. This is not material for getting rich. It's strictly to maintain your wealth. That's all I look at it as. Brad, if you'd like to go deeper into it, or anybody else, if anybody else wants to go.
Well, somebody else asked what was spot gold. 2182 currently is what I have up.
By the way, it did crest 2,200 today. I think
it did. And
for me, precious metals is more of an insurance policy than an investment program.
Thank you, Alden. I'm glad you said that, so I didn't have to.
Yes,
I agree.
Yeah, where were you a couple of weeks ago when I was getting vilified for saying that?
Well, when I was getting my leg today, I happened to, for some reason, they're doing some adjustments, and I looked up at the price of gold. It was like 2206, I want to say. I'm like, holy cow. I was like, go, baby, go. Joe Durban, have you got that cave of yours filled with the gold? Or are you going to sell some of it at this price?
No. Just like
a man of many words.
That's right.
First salute is JB. First salute.
Oh, okay. Hello, JB. By the way, first salute is JB. I guess you are still down out of the country, but hello, my friend. I hope everything's going good. Yeah, that's got to be JB. First salute. Hello, Mom, without paperwork. He's been trying to get paperwork for a long, long time. Damn.
Hey, JB. Good to see you. Good to
Robert,
see
I know
you
that your parole officer took care of your paperwork last week, so you're okay.
Yes, sir. I'll tell you what, that was the problem at one time. I lived here in Deer Park where I'm at. Literally, I took him. This was back in the 90s. I got on the internet and you could look up your name and see how many people had the same name as you. And at the time, I was shocked. There was 1,600 and some odd people with the exact same name as me. I think the middle name might have been different, but they had the same name as me. I took and I was looking around. Here, one of them literally did have a criminal, and they lived like 8 doors down from me. I mean, the Caucasian and everything wasn't correct, but I was like, you got to be shitting me. I mean, I couldn't believe that. So, yeah, they're bad. You might want to be careful. There might be, well, you got a name that you ain't got to worry about. Nobody wants your name.
Kind of like my name. Nobody wants Chicken Man or Alden.
No, fun fact: there's only 2 people on the planet with my name that I'm aware of, and there's only 4,000. Or sorry, there's only 2,000 people with my last name.
Oh wow! Okay.
I've only found one other family with the same spelling of my last name.
There you go. There's not a lot.
It's But Surfer, what is your favorite thing to stack now? Is it 90% or is it the generic silver 1 ouncers?
Right now it's 90% because I found it at $16.50 per face. So I doubled down on that. Now that's
I think it might be a little more today.
It is a little bit more. That's unique to me. I've got a couple friends that are dealers, and they gave me a friends and family deal. That was kind of a one-time thing. The price has already gone up. Even with that, I think I'm still in the 1800s now, maybe 1850.
Yes.
So I went and bought about a month and a half ago. I bought like $100 face, and so that's what I did. But right now, I'm looking for constitutional primarily. And then this year, I've been picking up some eagles because I don't have very many eagles. I've got more maples and Britannias, and I'm not a big fan of the Britannias. Most of mine milk spot too easily. So I've kind of moved into...
I'm not a big fan of the eagle.
You're not? Okay, so tell me. Why?
Premiums. Too high.
Oh, yeah, I agree.
So years ago when the premiums were lower, I stocked up on eagles.
Yep.
Robert, when was that? 18 months ago, 2 years ago that the run was on the eagles, silver eagles? About.
Yeah.
So there was a large order out there. I traded my silver eagles and got a 30% kick in generic silver.
Nice.
So I'm practically personally out of eagles. I'm sure I probably have less than 100 or 200 left. And I've probably gotten some of those since the trade, but I don't like the premiums there. I either want the basic generic or the 90%, the constitutional. I think those.
I'm thinking that run was about 2 years ago.
Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah, and a rule for me is I won't buy eagles over $29. If it's higher than
wholesale on eagles today is $29.
Yeah,
basically.
So I'm not buying if it's over that. I like the generic. This is the first time I've bought bars. I don't really buy 1 ounce bars. I do have some larger bars, but these ones I thought were pretty cool. These buffalo bars, never seen those before.
Yeah, we usually get from our supplier buffalo rounds.
Yeah,
same thing in a round form.
And I took these through the airport. Just I take gold and silver with me every time I travel, just in case something crazy happens when I'm out there. And I've had no problems with gold. No one even knows I have it on me. And with silver like this, I just have to declare it to the TSA person, say, hey, can you hand check it? Otherwise, it looks like some really dark object that's kind of large in your bag. But I haven't had any problem taking stuff on the plane.
Yeah, Robert, you need to answer the picture on the screen.
Yeah, I was going to say, this here, guys, as you can see, it is the... Well, let's see. Can we share it? Well, how did I mess up? Okay, I stopped sharing it. But, guys, that there, I can tell you right now that was it's not an error. It was somebody somebody had, basically what they done here. Let me show you again. Okay. Right here, somebody had taken and turned a coin upside down and smacked it. That's why this is all backwards, and you see this damage right here. This is just a damaged coin. There's no extra value. This is somebody just trying to mimic a true error and or variety, but it is neither. It's a damaged coin from somebody taking and attempting to mimic a genuine error. So sorry about that. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, I've got a quarter like that. And I call it a vice coin because it looks like somebody put it in a vice.
There you go. Hey, hey. Ooh, that looks pretty full. What's that?
Well, that's some of the silver I have you can stack.
Is
These are
that,
just
is that a kilo and a
I
100
love
ounce?
the one on the left. That one. Yeah.
That one?
right. I love no the other one.
The other one.
That
Well,
one.
it's on my
Yeah.
right, so that's how come I'm confused. That's a
Okay.
100-ounce
Yeah, that's
Royal Mint pure silver bar.
I love that. That's beautiful.
Isn't that a great design? It's the same design as is
It
on the
is.
Britannia, but this is 100 ounces. And then we have a kilo bar. So that's a couple of the things that we have here at the shop.
How much? That's what everyone wants to know.
Yeah.
The kilo is spot plus 3, and I would sell the 100 ouncer at spot plus 2.
There you go, guys.
a great deal.
It is. I'd like to have that 100 ounce.
Well, send me money. I'll give it to you when you come down in July.
And
Yeah,
don't forget
I'll
to put
pick it
in
up in
there.
July.
Going up 10 for a discount. No.
All
I
right.
want to get my share.
I very well may bring that one home, Brad.
Well,
It
don't
won't
wait
be
until
the-
then.
Yeah, it
Silver
won't
could
be
be
the-
$40 an ounce. Call me after the show. Send me a check.
Okay.
I'll hold it for you.
Okay.
There you go.
I could do that. I'll email you.
Hey, I guarantee you, I know Brad. Everything's for sale, guys. And hey,
Nope.
well, okay, most
No,
everything's for sale.
Everything except family heirlooms are for sale. That's right.
Right. Everything with Robert's for sale except for floor.
Somebody had asked Brad, by the way, last time we were there, and I told him you gave him a small tour of your shop there. Somebody had asked, "Hey, Brad, why don't you give us a tour of your store?" It's like, you guys wasn't paying attention the last time. I said, "Man, he got a shit ton of stuff there for sale."
After being in business 50 years, you just accumulate a bunch of stuff. You know, you go
I'm
into
sure you do.
a safe you haven't been in a while and open an envelope, and you don't know what's going to pop out.
Okay,
Oh,
there you
okay.
go.
John, I'm sorry. So the spot price plus 2. So what you're doing is we're looking at the spot price of silver, which on the ask side is $24.78. We add $2 to that, so $26.78 times 100 ounces, $2,678 is the cost of that large bar. So the spot price is the market price that you see online, and then the premium per ounce is $2 or $3, depending on which bar you were looking at.
And
Does
from
that-
what I've seen for that bar, that's a very fair price for it.
I think so too.
Yep.
I think it's real fair.
Mike says, do you declare you're constitutional when traveling through TSA? Surfer, how about you?
I don't declare my gold. I keep that close on my person as I'm going through, because I have TSA Pre. So I just have that as on my person, or I'll put it into my backpack and watch my backpack very closely. That's let me put it this way. I haven't traveled with constitutional yet. If I'm traveling with something like a 10th ounce or grams, which is what I usually do, I take a Valcombi gram, like I'll take 70, not 70, but 10 of the 1 gram pieces, and I'll put that in my wallet, and that goes in my pocket. No one ever questions it. When I'm bringing silver like this, I do declare that and have them check it. Otherwise, they're going to rip through your bag afterwards, but they usually think it's really cool. I'm like, it's some coins or it's some silver, and they think it's really cool. Sometimes I'll even show it to them. Now, if you have a lot of it, or if you are traveling with this, ask for a private screening, and they'll take you over to the side so people around you aren't noticing what's going on.
So when I travel to shows and I've got a roller bag full of merchandise, quite often they want to know what's in there, and I do that. Go to the private viewing, have a nice discussion with the TSA officers, answer a bunch of coin questions, and then I always plan an extra half hour just in case.
Yes. But I would say if you're sneaking it, if it looks like you're sneaking it and it's a fair amount where it's going to show up as a weird spot on the X-ray, that's where you're going to run into more time, guys. They're going to look through your entire bag and they're going to question you while you're just bringing it through.
Yeah, so just put it in your bag, and if they ask to see it, show it to them and say you're on your way to a show, a convention, a trade. They understand the trade show thing quite well.
I took in when I went to the Philippines one time, I was just taking like a roll of the gold dollars and a couple rolls of some other things, just minor stuff, very, very minimal. But I also took a Eisenhower dollar. I got more people from TSA and all that more interested in the $8 than anything. I said it's just $8. It's worth about $1.15. I had to explain it to them, but I mean, so I've never traveled yet with any gold and or silver of such to where, and I mean, I just haven't done any of that. So I don't know.
Yeah, one of the reasons I will travel with a little bit is if I'm going to be going to Boston or New York, I'm on the other side of the country from where I live. So a 5 to 6 hour flight. I don't want to be stuck with ATMs not working, getting stranded out there. I want to at least have something on me that I can use to get myself to a safe place if something happened. That's my main reason I travel with it.
Years ago, when I was first in the business in 75, one of our customers worked for Procter & Gamble here in town, and he often traveled to Saudi Arabia. And he had a belt that basically a money belt, but he had put gold sovereigns in it for his emergency money. So he always had 6 or 8 gold sovereigns in his belt just in case.
That's a little more than I travel with, but I think it's something
a little further from Saudi Arabia to home.
Yeah, I know it is. So, but I think it's something that people don't think about enough, or they get concerned. If any of you, probably most of the people watching don't do a lot of crypto, but a lot of these crypto kids out there or younger people, they'll tell you that one of the reasons gold's bad is you can't travel with it on the airport. It'll be confiscated by the TSA, and that's false. But they say that crap all the time.
Most of the time, they don't know what it is. If you put 2 or 3 10th ounce and quarter ounce gold coins in your pocket, and somebody says something, you can just say, "I'm going to play golf. These are ball markers."
There you go. I love
it.
it.
Yes, they wouldn't know the difference. I always
hadn't thought of that.
I always
That's
take
cool.
bimetallic coins for my ball markers. So,
all right, this is my new golf ball marker right here.
Exactly.
I just need to not forget it. Anyway, oh, that's funny. I like that.
Well, yeah, don't leave it on. Don't leave that on the green.
I know. Kill myself.
Yeah, I mean, no offense, but problem is, you left it on the green. You go back 15 minutes later, it would probably be there because I've said many, many times. I mean, shit, half of your probably 80 to 90% of your bank tellers have no clue what money truly is, what real money is. I mean,
they don't. I'm educating my tellers every time I go in, and I'm talking about, hey, do you have any half dollars that are pre, 1964 and older? Can I take a look at them? Why? Or yes, I do have some of those, and I'll look at them and I'll let them kind of know if I like the teller. If I don't like the teller, then I'll just take them, but I'll let them know. And so you got to be careful though, because as you educate people, there's not going to be any left for you to go find. But
I got a feeling that's based on how she looks.
I'm married.
not everybody.
I'm still nice. Okay. Like if they're nice looking, yes, I'll be nice to them. But even the guys,
it looks like Kashmir is going out golfing with. My mind just went blank. What was the movie? Caddyshack.
Caddyshack. Yeah.
Well, I was going to say, to be honest with you, Surfer, I took, and the problem I've been having with the bank tellers is, quite frankly, with my bank, I don't know, Brad, if you've noticed it, because me and him have one of the same banks. they're changing tellers so often. It's like the shit. I mean, it seems like every month I got a new teller I'm dealing with, other than one. There's one that's always there. The rest,
The branch I go to, I've had the same tellers for quite some time, but they always have to laugh because, you know, I go in and make a deposit from the shop and I've got give them a stack of $100 bills and they put it in the machine and it kicks out all the 1995 and earlier issues. And, you know, a bunch of stackers, some of them have old money and they're turning it and they're like, where do you get all this old money? And I said, I deal with people with old money. I said, I don't like new money. I like old money.
okay.
So they understand now.
We have to take and do a giveaway, guys. So real quick, I have to take and interrupt the show. It's 4:02. We're going to do a giveaway for the silver Kennedy right here. Let's see. There you go. This is what we're doing a giveaway for. So go ahead, take it away. We're going to pick it's going to be a random pick.
We're selling this at 3.
So here we go, guys. One memento. And the random picker says
Learning coins.
Who is it?
Dad learning coins.
Huh.
Dad,
Man, Dad learning coins again. Congratulations, DLC. You are the winner. So congratulations, DLC. Dad learning coins. This is the second time I think he's won, isn't it?
Yeah.
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 He won from Daniel.
Fix.
Yeah, I agree. Somebody's fixing.
Rigged.
I think we should stop counting the electoral votes here and for a few minutes and try to figure out if the correct elector was in the House at the time.
Yeah, we got to change this. I think it's rigged, by God. That's I don't like it, but
Ronald, I agree with you. Ronald
Yes.
Harris is incensed.
I sort of tend to agree because I tell you what, I like to get new winners all the time. So yeah, recount.
I think they're counting those folded tabs that they had in Florida.
Yeah,
Oh no, the hanging chads, man.
a hanging Chad. That's
That's
I
it.
have some hanging silver Chad here.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, stack that.
We'll melt that right down.
Yeah, I've got a friend that's looking for some of that.
Little
Yeah,
BBs.
guys.
Yeah. That's a little 5-ounce jar of BBs.
Oh, nice. I need to take and try and look for
Nice
something.
babies.
Just
It's
give
what
me a few
you-
minutes. I'm looking for
it's what you
something for
shoot
the next
Baby
giveaway.
werewolves with.
Yeah, we can do that. What's going to be the key word?
It's yeah, bicentennial.
That's a man. Half the people will
Okay,
misspell that.
This one's just for Fuzzy. Hello, darling.
Yeah, we listen. We're gonna give away a bicentennial proof set. We just need a key word for next giveaway, and I don't know what it is. What? That there's no
I got a
bisons in
keyword for you, buddy.
there. You're funny. Better be a G-rated one.
Well, why don't you just go with
Okay.
something that's on one of the coins? Liberty Bell?
Well,
Drummer boy?
Florida Lena put in bicentennial, guys. So there you go. How's that?
Oh, I thought we were going to go with Space Cadet for you.
Oh, that's okay. I don't want that popularity yet. There. So okay. DLC, congratulations.
I will put this on your basket, Dad.
Yep, DLC, we're gonna put that in your basket. However, guys, for the next giveaway, it will be the 3-piece bicentennial silver proof set. And all you gotta do is after this show's over, type in the comment section bicentennial, and you will be registered to win that. So there you go.
So, Surfer, I
yeah.
heard you say something about Mexican gold earlier. Is that modern Mexican gold or colonial
So-
Spanish?
Right now, I don't have any Mexican gold. I've traded my Mexican gold for some other stuff. But I have a friend that's from Brazil that doesn't live too far away that watches the channel. That's how we met. And he was dying for I want to say it was a 50 peso. That's
50
not right.
peso, 1.2 ounces.
No, it was the one. It's the size below that. So I don't know if it's
So
1 ounce or just
20
below 1
peso,
ounce.
0.48 with the Aztec calendar.
Yeah. So he had his eye on that coin, and we traded that. He is basically going all in on Libertads. So he's collecting a bunch of Libertads. He's getting a lot of older ones, and I don't know how he does it, but he's able to find crazy deals on Reddit and other places where he's looking for specific dates.
Got to be careful. There's a lot of counterfeits out there.
Right now, he's using my Sigma machine because we found a couple Eagles that he purchased that actually no, we found a couple Libertads that were not coming up as 3/9 fine. They were coming up as 90% silver, which I don't know what that means. It sounds like some kind of a counterfeit. I don't know. I've never had a Libertad come up at 90% silver, US silver on that Sigma machine.
I've got an announcement if anybody's interested. Not next
really.
week. Week after next. I'm donating, and I'll show it next week. A seated Liberty half that will be given away. So we'll give that away week after next, and from me, that's out of my personal collection. So
Awesome, Alden.
Well, thank you, Alden. Is that going to be for? Okay. Thank you.
yeah, it'll be for the whoever puts in seated half or whatever it is you choose for a word.
Nice.
Dustin, I was trying to figure out Alden's accent, and I think you hit it right on. Barry White. That's got it.
Right. And then I'll throw this up again, Robert. I am going to be giving this away on a 5,000 sub party that's going to be coming up on my channel. So if you guys want to go check that out, this will be a giveaway along with a bunch of other silver. There's actually going to be some gold giveaways as well. And then I just need to get it put together. It'll probably be in early April.
Awesome. Congrats on your 5,000 bucks.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
It kind of happened very quickly, unexpectedly. So
Right.
now I have no time to do anything. I still have to work on my taxes. I'm a little small at the moment.
That's
Okay.
what they have. The check the box on the far right that says, "I'll talk to you later in the year about it."
I've done that, but I have to at least figure out my estimate. So I'm not. Yeah, I've at least got to get an estimate put together. Is what I'm doing.
So, other than stacking, do you actually collect anything besides in any field?
I'll show you something that I've got over here. You guys probably don't get into any of this stuff, but I do have comic books. So I've got graded comic books.
Which one is your best one?
A lot of them I've sold because comic books have been going down a lot in value. But my best one was the original Star Wars from 1977. And I've gotten rid of that. I'm just down to a couple of them right now. These are some Mandalorian ones. So that's what I'm down to, but I've done that. I also have started collecting some older bills. So this is one from my grandma, a silver certificate. And my dad has a handful of Confederate and also old just U.S. money and from the Union side. But I have a little bit of that. And then outside of that, a lot of my collection is pre-33. That's kind of where I focused on. And Nick's trying to get me into a few other things. So we may end up doing a few other kinds of collections, a few Morgans here and there. But I haven't really gone too deep with the collecting yet. For me, it's mostly been, as you guys mentioned, I'm trying to get myself wealth insurance. I just started stacking about 3.5 years ago. So I wanted to get my wealth insurance and put in place. I live in Southern California. It's extremely expensive here. And so my property taxes I wanted to make sure I could cover property taxes for a few years before I get too heavy in the collecting side. And I'm a Star Wars fan. So, like I mentioned, the comic book, I do have a handful of like Star Wars coins and things like that they're kind of collectible, but they're still fairly common and they're new. So they don't have that numismatic quality to them.
Yeah.
Maybe some, 20, 30 years from now, they'll be kind of special. Who knows?
I can deal with that because I'm a Star Trek fan and I've got
There
a
you
lot
go.
of Star Trek coins. Yeah, I sure do.
Yeah, Star Trek's fun too.
Yeah, I love it.
Yo, fan, real quick. Yes, DLC has already won that. Even though he's won more than once, it was all fair and square. It was done by a random picker. So, yes, DLC will win that. And we're moving on to the next giveaway for next week, which is going to be Bicentennial in the comment section after this show is over, everybody. There you go. Sorry about that, guys. Didn't mean to.
Oh, we have a video game collector on with
Yeah,
us too.
those could be pretty pricey too.
I've seen some amazing prices lately. Yeah.
One thing I'll throw out is
Right
my father-in-law's best friend in high school was Nolan Bushnell. Do you guys know who that is?
Not me.
He is the founder of Atari.
Oh, wow.
So my father-in-law was he was given the first opportunity to put the first $500 into Atari, and he didn't have it. He was a college student.
Oh wow.
That was one of his biggest regrets. That $500 would have turned into like $10-20 million. It would have been a crazy amount of money. But he still has one of the first Atari machines in his house. So I'm hoping to maybe get that graded one of these days. And I'm hoping to get it signed by Nolan Bushnell. That would have some special capability with it, or at least collectability to it. I don't know if it would be some kind of a signature series or not. That's usually a little trickier to get with the grading companies.
I don't know nothing about the Atari. I mean, I know the game in that. I've watched them and I've seen the prices go up, but I don't know nothing about it.
Yeah, just the Atari's basically like the founding console that exists out there. There was some other stuff that came a little bit before it, but for the most part, Atari's like the grandfather of all the games.
Okay.
That'll be the giveaway for week after next.
That's not a Liberty seated. That's a bust.
I'm sorry,
Yeah,
it's a bust.
that's
It's a
nice
cat
one,
bust.
though.
I've
That's
got
a
a Liberty seated. I've got a Liberty seated that we will do, but this one is a cat bust. This is the one I had mine.
Yeah,
So
that's
what
nice.
dye marriage is it?
But that'll be the giveaway for week after next.
Some people just got to be a
There you
smart.
Well, because there's an 1832 I still need for my set that's in that condition worth 15 or 20 grand. So Alden might be giving away the whole house here.
Maybe.
I've got an 1818 that I can do as well.
He's like, I need to go check this. Never mind.
Really?
But Brad, to answer your question, I have started collecting some ancient coins too. I do have a Greek coin that's 300 BC.
Okay. Which is it?
It's got
One
an owl
of
on the back of it. I forget the name of it.
the Athenian owl.
Athenian owl, and it's
Yeah.
I think it's
Decadron.
a 4-5 and a 3-5 strike.
Yeah.
So it's kind of
everybody should have an Athenian owl.
It just looks cool. It's awesome. And this one I paid a little bit more for because the obverse and the reverse are
Tetragram. Yes.
they're perfectly aligned with each other on the back. A lot of them are squirrely, and it's in really good condition. So I paid a little bit more for it because I like the design of it a little better.
Hey, you can get nearly mint state pieces for $1,200 to $1,500.
Yeah, you can.
And maybe for another giveaway, we can do a seated Liberty dime.
There you go. Yep, there's the Star Wars stuff. So some of the Star Wars stuff I have, Brad, are those 10-ounce Beskar bars that are way.
I haven't seen any of those. No,
Um,
these are both Niue
Okay.
Nui.
Nui, Screwy, Huey, Dewey, and Louie. But we
So
have a
here's-
stormtrooper. We have a stormtrooper. A clone trooper. Sorry, my comic book expert is over here yelling at me.
We got
And-
2 dudes over here.
And this is, I think the one is called Darth something or other.
That's Darth Vader.
Yeah. Okay, so you're talking to somebody
Okay,
who's
yeah, we're
stood in
out of
line-
Brad. Brad,
You're talking to
forget
somebody
it.
who stood in line for the first Star Wars movie with the girl at the time he was dating,
There you go.
and now
So
she's the one that's getting ready to take half of my net. No,
I have a special connection to Star Wars. One of these days, I'll share with everybody. I will be doing a massive, fun live stream on May 4th. That's the official Star Wars day each year. So it's May the 4th be with you. If you guys understand the reference to the Force be with you. But I'll be showing off I have a pretty extensive silver collection of Star Wars coins. But this is a Beskar bar. It's 10 ounces. And it was used as money as well as a special medal in the TV show The Mandalorian. So it's from Nui, 2022, 10 troy ounces, Lucasfilm. You can see at the bottom. Way overpriced, but it's kind of a fun movie prop. And I think they only made 3,000 of these or so.
cool.
So my wife won't let me buy any more stuff like that. She's like,
Kashmir says Darth Maul is their favorite bad guy.
yeah, Darth Maul's great. He's fun. I actually had a chance to meet him and I missed it a couple weeks ago. I'm forgetting the gentleman's name.
Ray
his last
Park?
name's Park. Ray Park. Ray Park was visiting. I live in Orange County. So Ray Park was at the local comic book store signing and autographing stuff. And I missed it by a week. I was pretty bummed.
Oh, okay.
I'm showing you the Darth Vader yesterday.
I love the Star Trek stuff. And this is
Star Trek's fun too. You just don't see quite as much. You don't see as many coins right now with
This one
Star
was
Trek.
done
as you
on a
do.
Silver Eagle.
Oh, there you go.
2021 Silver Eagle. So
That's
pretty cool.
Yeah, see, that ruined the eagle, you ask me.
I wasn't gonna say it.
Captain Jerk on the front, right?
Oh man.
Brad, you got any Tetris or Sonic there?
No. Pac-Man or Pac-Man or Miss Pac-Man. We have Pac-Man and Miss Pac-Man, but no Tetris or Sonic silver round. Sorry. Weird stuff shows up every now and then,
I know, like that one.
including
Well,
Robert Flordolina.
It was Apmex that did the Tetris coins most recently, and those were fairly expensive, and they sold out really fast. I was surprised. Yeah, you had like a board you could put like a picture, like what Robert has, some of those diplomas behind him there.
Yeah.
So people could hang them on their wall and stuff. But I don't know. I don't usually hang my silver on the wall.
We've had some Lego sets in silver.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brad was just bragging about those that paperwork behind me here today before everyone got here. By the way, Flordolina says she's got what did you say, a Tetris or Sonic?
Sonic.
Oh, Flordolina says she's got a Sonic, by the way.
Was on the
But she's got it in the safe. She can't find it right now.
The one thing in silver that I'm really sorry that I missed out on is years ago, somebody was in with one of the limited edition Monopoly games that the Franklin Mint made, and so they had all silver pieces, and then there was also a chess set that it was gold plated silver and silver pieces in the chess set. So those are two things that I had a chance to buy years ago and missed out on.
Yeah.
The chess set I wanted, because I've been collecting chess sets from around the world for many, many years.
You're not smart enough to play chess, Robert, are you?
I didn't say anything about playing it. I said collecting the sets.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But okay, I'll have to show you.
One thing that's funny with that stuff though too is you can hide silver in plain sight. If someone sees a chess set, they're not going to think that's silver,
Yeah, exactly.
especially if it's empty.
I got a friend of mine that's got a chess set made out of one side's jade and the other side's ivory. And you'd never know it unless you knew it. I mean, not precious metals, but it is gorgeous. I like Sonic. That's cool, Floor.
Yeah, that's cool. Well, Robert, I've got to head back to work. Unfortunately, I'd love to chat with you guys all day.
Okay, I appreciate you coming in. Thank you very much for showing up. You have a wonderful day, and I'll see you and Nick around. I watch your guys' podcast, so thank you so much for stopping by. And
I'll be checking out your podcast, and appreciate having you here, and it's great information. And come back and see us soon.
Yep, it's good to see Joe again. Joe, it's good to see you. And Alden, good to meet you. And Brad, I know he's on the phone, but tell him hi for me. Thanks, guys.
Okay, I will. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye now. Okay. Thank you, guys. Freaking awesome. If you happen to have a link to Surfer, I'd appreciate it. Let's see. I got to see if I've got one. I don't have it up right now, so yeah, I can't.
I don't have it, but I'd like to check him out.
I have it. I'll give it to you guys.
Okay, cool, Joe. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Don't ask me how that happened.
Exit stage left.
Okay. Oh, great. Okay.
Thanks, Joe.
Thank you, Joe. I appreciate that. Joe Cooking, by the way, guys, Joe Durban just put a link up there to Stacking Surfer. I appreciate that, Joe, very, very much. Thank you, sir.
Welcome.
Is it? Why is it? I'm not getting it there.
Got it. Thank you, Joe.
Sam CB. The LB is Long Beach Treasure Hunt, and that was the thing they put on for kids. So you could go to the different dealers and get. It was like a treasure hunt, and I believe from PCGS they could get slabbed quarters. They said LB Treasure Hunt. It was Long Beach Expo Treasure Hunt, and then they could start registry sets. The kids, they had to be 17 or under. There you go, Sam CB. That's what the LB Treasure Hunt is. Long Beach Expo Treasure Hunt. 17 and under kids.
So I want to know if Craig actually has a 67 Shelby.
Mm.
That would be special.
I know a boy's got one, but he wouldn't sell it for nothing. Oops, telephone.
Thank you, freaking.
You're on mute there, Robert. You muted, Robert.
No, that's okay. I was talking with my son, Robert. Guys, I took in, we're doing behind the theme things, and but thank you, freaking awesome, for pushing that out there. I appreciate it very much. Freaking awesome, guys. Put on Stacking Surfers channels, the link to it. Go over there and hit him up so that he can take and give away that surfer. Okay, guys. We're at the part of the stage where, don't forget, at the end of this broadcast, you can type in Bicentennial, and you will be eligible to win a Bicentennial 3-piece silver proof set. Oops, right there it is. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Just at the end after this here podcast is over, in the comment section, just type in Bicentennial and you'll be registered to win the proof set. So there you go. Okay, we're down to 3. Alden's taking a break. Unmute everybody. Why is everyone muted?
We didn't want to interrupt you.
I had to answer the phone. I'm still at work, you know? Give me a break.
Okay, Joe, what's new with you?
Not a whole lot. Living the dream.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
What dream is that?
I don't know. We have the big coin show down in the cities this weekend, Twin Cities. I'll be going down there probably Saturday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday it goes. So that's a good time down Brooklyn Center, the Earl Brown Center. That's like the biggest show in Minnesota every year. That's all that's new with me. We'll have an auction tomorrow at 2:00 Central. Right there on Joe Durban's channel.
There you go.
Can I get a bell yet?
Bobby said he needs a bell. He said he needs a bell.
Right on. I can hook you up, buddy.
Yeah, get him one of those copper bells.
Done. Deal.
There you go.
Nothing like Joe's bells. They're awesome. I've got a few.
Thank you all.
Hello, Fuzzy.
Let's see here. Okay, guys, if you have any questions, bring the questions on now because we will take and we're here to answer questions for the rest of the podcast. So if you have any questions and you have it specifically for anybody, they can let us know. If you want it directed towards anyone, let them know. So there you go. By the way, guys, just to let you know, Brad Karloff of Coins Plus, he does have a brick and mortar, and I can tell you right now, he does sell silver, gold. And if you want any of the silver and gold that he showed, like you said, you can take and contact him, and I buy from him all the time. And I do mean I buy from him all the time. Golly gee, I bought a bunch of, I just bought a bunch of silver from him myself. Thank goodness, right before the gold went up. So, and yeah, I'll tell you what, Brad, I wish I'd have taken in before the $2,200 an ounce showed up. I'd like to have bought some more of that gold from you, the double eagles.
I've still got some I can sell you.
Hey, what I was going to say is that I'm lucky because the three guys I trust the most, which is Brad, Robert, and Joe, are right here beside me. And if you deal with these guys, you don't have to question it. They're honest and they're great at what they do.
Thank you, Alden.
Yeah, well, thank you, Alden. But Brad, I wanted to buy the gold at the prices that it was the other day, not today. It went up too high, too quick today.
Uh-oh, somebody asked Alden a question.
Yep, there you go.
I started collecting about probably 8 years ago. I got to know Robert 5 or 6 years ago, back when Dustin was running Coin Hop, and him and Robert were kind of in together with it. And then I met Joe Durban, and then a few years ago I went to the Cincinnati Coin Show and met them personally. I met Brad there and a few others. And so, yeah, I've been collecting about probably 8 years. I take it pretty serious. I enjoy it. It's a great hobby. And I try to get a lot of young people in my community involved in it. I give away a lot of, proof sets and that kind of thing just to get them started. So I try to promote it to the young people. And that's how I kind of pass it on. But yeah, it's a great hobby.
Yeah, but I mean, there's never been a time when those were worth more. Never.
Right on, Alden.
So I can tell you there's never been a time when those are worth more. Now, if you have things like this.
Hey, like that, guys, I took, and that's going to be up there for.
Cool. Yeah,
this is going to be at our auction tomorrow night. I didn't even know we had it. Ford took and she picked it up somewhere.
The 90%. So,
hey, like that, that's pretty cool.
Come in and they'll say, well, is it just worth silver?
I'd never seen one before. Like I said, Ford took and she's like, here, let's take. I don't know how that come from.
I want that, Robert. I want that.
That's for tomorrow night's sale, guys.
And no one threw them away. So
I had no idea, never been there, never seen him before, nothing.
yeah,
Alden, yeah, damn it. Alden keeps saying closing out and going in and out. Quit it, damn it.
right now the
It's not me. It's my computer fading in and out. My internet's not doing real good today.
Oh, see, you need to take and change and go to Starlink or I mean, I got fiber optics, but they say Starlink's good.
even close to being more
Alden just has to get a different squirrel to run on the wheel. The other one's getting tired.
You're right.
It's not a squirrel. It's a cat.
It's a chicken, and you
I
got
thought it was a chicken. Yeah, there you go, Joe. I thought it was a chicken.
I wish
on,
I had
Alden.
thought of that.
No, it was earlier than that. They gave people time. It wasn't actually.
Namaste, just to let you know, I started collecting,
64.
oh my God, back in 1968 is when I first got interested. 1974 is when I took and started collecting. For Brad, they were still taking, and they still had a square wheel when he started. Just saying.
No, there. Alden finally found a friend.
That's
Yeah.
my chicken.
I don't bring my kitties to work, or we could have a kitty fest. As Robert was saying, I started collecting about the same time the pyramids were going up. It was 1964, and my parents bought a Whitman folder to try to get me to sit down and shut up and quit running around the house for a while, and it kind of stuck. And Grandma had a little cigar box with coins in it, and there was a $2.50 gold piece, and what else? An 1832 bust half. So that was my first bust half, and
Oh,
So-
I like the post house.
I was collecting for a few years and got involved later in '78 with the bust coins, but it's been a good run. I've had a great time.
Cool. Real quick, just to let you know, Christopher, again, I see your emails, but the problem is I sent a different email for people only because the email through AOL just don't work so good. I don't know. Yeah, coinoplimited@gmail.com. If you can send it to coinoplimited@gmail.com, Christopher Gann, that would make it easier, and I can share that. I just cannot share it with the AOL. It just, their format just does not work. I'm sorry. So, in fact, we're probably going to take and change everything over to a Gmail account.
I'll be honest with you. I didn't even know AOL was still a thing at all.
Oh yeah, it was the first one, Alden. It's going to be really a shit ton hard to get rid of that. I mean,
I
that was
remember,
probably the first email, wasn't it, guys? I mean,
Yeah, it was. I put it in my Windows 95 back in the day, and it
Right,
took over
right before that.
everything. It took over everything.
I had AOL whenever the hamster was running the wheel.
Is that before
Yeah,
the
exactly,
chicken or
right?
the egg?
AOL and Yahoo. AOL was number one. Then Yahoo came into it. There you go, Namaste. Yeah. And remember when the discs were sent out in email? I mean, everybody
I
had them.
remember. I remember well.
Get a couple of them.
I bet I had 10,000 of those damn things. I kept throwing them away. Every week I'd get one.
My first computer was a Commodore 64. So I go back a ways.
Alden, your first computer was an Abacus.
No, actually, it was a stone tablet with a hammer and chisel.
Okay.
Okay, well,
That's where the Flintstones got the idea from.
Exactly. They got it from me.
This is a token, just a general token button, just a logo. And then these are some more just regular stuff like
So if anybody else at home has any more questions about bullion or stacking or
Okay.
coins in general,
In general.
just send it along and we'll do our best to answer them here. Robert, what do you think? We should probably start getting a list of participants that want to come to the Cincinnati show, and maybe have a little get together where we cater in a kernel of popcorn and a pitcher of Kool-Aid or something, and
Yeah.
all stand around and trade lies.
Well, we will
Right.
take, and just so everyone knows, I just got a preliminary PDF from Dave for the coin show. However, folks, everybody right now that you see in this panel, provided that Alden can make it, will be at the
I'll be there.
Sharonville Coin Show. And, me and Brad will be immediately, me, Brad, and Joe will all be probably the first three tables as soon as you walk in the door to the right,
Yep.
or the
Up
first three
against the-
tables.
Up against the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, up against the wall. That's what I say, to the right, up against the wall. We will be right there. You can meet each and every one of us. Alden will probably be taken, and he'll probably be around there as well. You can meet him too. And then JB, he'll be at the front. Him and I don't know. I'm trying to get Nick if she shows up. I don't know. We're trying to get JB. He'll be the one running the podcast. He normally runs the podcast 24/7 while the show is live. And then I do know that Brad, myself, JB, Florida, we'll be doing some sushi night, and then they'll be doing, what do they call that? Sukiyaki? Sake. Okay, sake.
Stop it.
Hey,
Yeah, they'll have
Robert,
sake
Have,
for
have
Robert.
Florida put up the show dates, which is July 25th through 27th.
there, Floor.
Sharonville
Robert,
Convention Center,
don't forget the whooped up on taters now.
They ain't
Cincinnati.
worried about that. There ain't gonna be no whooped up on taters at no damn sake place. Are you
Right.
shitting me? You're talking the hillbilly dinner. That's another time, Alden.
Trout.
Oh, hold it. Robert, we've had our first request for autographs. You can start lining up an hour after the show opens, and you can get autographs for $50 a piece, or the whole crew at $125.
Whoa, man.
Oh, that's what you call marketing.
Yeah,
Amanda will most likely be there.
I'll be like Pete Rose. I'll sign anything except an IOU.
There's going to be potentially two Amandas there, Fuzzy. Are you talking Amanda, my daughter, or Amanda McCarthy? I do know my daughter. She usually shows up for a little bit there. She likes to aggravate Brad every now and then. And Amanda
Yeah.
McCarthy, she normally shows up as well. So
I've met Robert's daughter, Amanda. She's a sweetheart. You'll love her to death. She's great.
well, I can tell you right now, Joe Durban, he usually goes to sleep with the frogs. So we got to get his ass out to go do some sushi and or stuff like that. We had a great
I
time,
missed
Joe.
that one night last year.
Well, right, yeah, you got to get your butt out there to the to go with a sushi night. That was fun. Bring Lady Di out there. We have a great time.
Absolutely.
I'm not much into sushi either.
Robert, Steve LaPointe said no gambling. I gamble every day when I buy more inventory.
Right.
Don't we all?
Don't we all? That's what I thought.
Namaste. I think that's probably a niche group on the die progression sets on quarters.
Oh, I missed that. Let's see. Let me see if I can find it. David DeBloom, the Kennedy was won by DLC. Let's see here. I'm looking for that question to throw up. Okay, there we go. There. You see that there? Question for the panel: would progression sets for die abrasion or various quarters have any value, or just valuable to a small select group? I tend to agree with Joe. That's a subset that, some people they took, and Brad can affirm to this, they took, and there used to be people that would collect BIEs, the BIE Foundation collection. I was not part of it, but there was a book on it, and there was a lot of people that did, but it sort of faded in and out. I seen about 3 years ago, it seemed to come back for a moment. I don't know if it's still a thing or not, but I believe the same thing is going to occur with the various diet. Yeah, just with the
Well,
various
die progressions in the bust half series are very popular because there are such wide range of die states to collect in some of them. Many years ago, I did a die state progression study of 1812-107, and I think I got up to about 12 or 13 distinct die states. So it can be something that is fun, educational, and a lot of people go, "Hey, that's really cool," and the other people go, when you start talking about die cracks and lapping and clash marks. So it just depends on what floats your boat.
As far as die dates, I mean, die casting, whatever. The 60D D over D with the, I can't remember the name of it. Robert could tell you. I've got a few. I found a few, 5 of them, I think. But I found them in all different stages. And that I do like to collect. I mean, if I have an era coin or a variety and I can get it in different stages, I do collect them.
Real quick, guys, I'm going to share this just so you guys can see. This here is a 1982 PCGS, a U58 zinc small 8 double die reverse FS 1801. I believe it'll show up through here, guys. Problem is, Christopher, it's gonna be kind of tough. You're welcome to look, guys. Sorry, this is the way it came through. This is the only way I can show this. I cannot take, and I have not downloaded these photographs, so I cannot adjust them or play with them.
Robert,
yes.
The P in plural, go back. The P in pluribus at the bottom, is that the one of the most obvious pickup points, or is that damage?
No, that is a pickup point. It is all of these E pluribus unum, the entire is all doubled.
I can see it's thicker. There it is on the A, but I see a distinct notch in the bottom of the P there.
Right.
Correct. And if you look at the top of the U, you can see 2 individual serifs right there as well. So yes, it is
very nice.
Here's America. It is a nice double die. I'm just trying to show it to you guys. Here you go, the E of United.
The E. Yeah. That's great.
Yeah, it's a sweet coin. I like that. That's pretty. I like
it. Just so that you guys know, that is an extremely scarce double die as well. So
I've never seen one.
Okay. There we go. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. There you go. Very nice. Thank you,
cool,
Chris, for sharing that. I appreciate that. That's a nice one. Very nice. Christopher, again, what is the value of that on your for the retail? I'm certain you probably have a retail value of it. I know it's a pretty expensive coin though, so there you go. Hello, Smiles. How you doing?
I'm sorry about that. No problem at all.
Let's see here.
Very good.
Okay. Thank you, Joe. Joe, yeah, guys, for the coin show, it's going to be July 25th to the 27th at the Sharonville Convention Center in Cincinnati, Ohio.
My son and I will be there, hopefully with bells on.
Awesome, Alden.
Cool.
Are the bells on the front of the shoes that turn up into a little curly Q? Little green ones or red ones?
No, they're attached to the chicken I got on the chain.
Oh, okay.
Good deal.
Just treading water, waiting for somebody else at home to ask a question. Save us here.
Exactly. Let's see. Yeah,
Pull us out of the potty.
well, somebody. I mean, heck, if anybody's got a, let's see, Joe, you got any silver or something, or maybe some bells you'd like to show? That'd be nice.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Okay, there you go.
Hang on, I got a Joe Bell right here within hand's reach.
Okay, go for it.
Like I said, I'd hold on to this stuff because literally, I mean, this stuff here, you're only looking for like at another $30 wholesale. I would not hang on to this stuff. Okay. And like I said, that you got a lot of change there that you should, I would cash in if it was on.
This is an unfinished. He didn't polish it, but that's a Joe Bell. I have another one here that is polished. And that's a Joe Bell. And I have about 9 others.
Hey, Robert, did I show you my latest Morgan dollar?
No. Okay. And where'd that come from?
I think from Philadelphia, but I can't tell anymore. The mint mark's kind of gone. But I also have a Columbian Exposition $50.
Nice.
Okay.
Sounds like Joe's back with some bells.
There you go.
Yeah,
Let's take some bells.
I have a wooden band that Joe made me out of a Morgan.
Well, I got all kinds of different ones I made here. This is a Morgan and a couple of Columbian Expo half.
I like that, Joe.
Got a World's Fair handle.
So
Ooh,
what happened is just.
I need that in my collection, Joe.
Needs to be polished, but this is just 90%. You got a half, 2 quarters.
Yeah, they're almost.
This is some it's like Bahamas. It's 925.
Yeah.
It's got a ship theme, I believe.
Like I said,
There's some copper bells.
Yeah.
This one's made out of some Fujio copper rounds.
I'm not one of those people. Why did
This is
Mhm.
just copper rounds.
Well, like I said, for the most part, a lot of people do just what you did.
There's some that are in works. This is out of 3 American Eagles, Silver Eagles. Working on that one.
Uncommon, those will be worth something.
Some other bells I'm working on, Morgan piece dollars.
I'm thinking somewhere in the neighborhood.
Stages.
That's right, yeah.
Copper stash box that goes with this bell. Made out of Fujio copper rounds. With some treasure inside. And this one here I gotta finish up. I was gonna do this one last night on the auction, but I didn't finish. This Ellis Island commemoratives. There's 4 of them and a 90% $50 for to hold the lid on. Nice stash box there.
That's really cool.
That'll be all polished up here soon. And I got a bell that's gonna match that. It's Ellis Island.
Sold as a set.
Yeah, I don't know. That's gonna be a set. That's a set. This one I think is already actually sold.
Well, maybe you can make earrings out of them.
Right? It'd be a little heavy. Little Mercury dime stash box.
Gotta have big ears.
Hey, Joe, what all different metals do you use? Because I do know different metals are going to give off different rings.
Oh yeah, I like the 90% and 925 to me sound the best. Copper has got kind of a more of a thuddy kind of sound.
Thank you so much.
That's my Morgan that you made for me.
Right.
I love that ring.
Okay.
Now, strangely, like Silver Eagles don't have too bad of a sound, but I've made them out of Britannias and
Have some stuff that you might be worth.
Yeah.
Like the
grand. They just don't really have any sound. They're just dead. The 49's fine.
Yeah.
49's just doesn't have a lot of sound, but the 90% really
Oh, okay.
has
Okay,
sterling.
And
yeah.
Have a good ring to them. So yeah, but
Yeah.
40%, 90%, 39's fine. All in silver. I make bells out of those, and then copper bells boxes, all that stuff out of that. Hey JJ, John Jacobs.
Yeah, that's another. I've only had silver that I've asked or I've gotten from you, and I
Right.
love silver. I think though you have taken and gifted us. It's put away though a copper.
That's Mark A.
Oh, I'm sorry. I take that back, Joe. Mark A is the one who took and who bought it and gave it to us. So
Right on. Yep.
yeah. So
I know you had. You got
I've got some prototypes that
Oh,
Joe first came out
hold the
with.
presses. Hold the presses. Cashmere wrote in. Cashmere fuzz. Every time a bell rings, a chicken gets its feathers.
Oh my goodness.
well, I'll be damn, Fuzzy.
No comment.
That is funny.
And Joe, I was sorry. I got called away for a second. I was paying attention. Somebody asked how you got started making the bells. Did you answer that?
No, I didn't. It was kind of, I used to make coin rings. I still do, but I made all kinds of coin rings, and I'd end up with the slugs left. And so I kind of was just trying to figure out something to do, and I'd seen somebody made a bell out of a couple $50, I think it was. So I tried, and I don't know. After many tries, I finally got the hang of it, and it was kind of easier for me just to make a bell than rings. I got more pleasure out of it anyway. So that's kind of, and then I started making those stash boxes. I kind of just came up with that idea and on my own, kind of. And that's kind of where it was, or how it started.
Very nice.
Yeah, and it's grown from there. Joe, like I said, I probably bought 15 different bells from Joe over
Oh,
the
right
years.
on.
I've got copper and silver mixed, and I want a gold bell. I want a
So
gold bell.
Alden, does that make you Joe's biggest dingling or what?
It used to be.
Yeah, it might do that. It might do that.
I just finished
Just so
a
you guys know, if you guys happen to ask a question and the question is not answered from us, please feel free to re-ask it. Sometimes we do miss the question, so just throwing that out there.
right, David Doubloons. She would like a bell on her neck. Right.
Robert wants you to do one in gold. I'm sure you will do anything on order, right?
Yeah, gold. I don't know about the sound of it. 90% would probably work, but
Well, I bet if Robert buys you 320s, you could make him a nice bell out of 320s, right?
absolutely.
Yeah, I'll split the scrap with you.
right. I'll maybe if we have time next week. I made a bell for Adam Jam. I'm kind of putting together a photo slide of it, a slideshow. But so he's got 39's fine silver, then copper, and 90% silver handle, and then a gold $1 for the topper of the handle.
Wow.
What is
I
it?
like
Princess,
that. That's cool.
Indian Princess, whatever that one is, the $1, 1857.
Oh, cool.
It was
Yeah, no,
removed
that's
from
real
bezel, so
cool.
it's a damaged coin, but I
I like
cracked it out of
that.
the
Yeah.
PCGS slab. So yeah, I'll try to get that slideshow together and show it next week.
Cool.
And
Okay.
if you've not checked out Joe's channel, check out Joe's channel. He's got a video on how he makes the bells. It's amazing to watch him work. It's
Thank you,
amazing.
Alvin. Yeah, we made one live on my channel one. I don't know,
Yeah, I remember that.
8 months ago, maybe a year ago.
Yeah, you're gonna have something like that.
Yeah,
But go check out his channel. And, It's
Never heard of
awesome
it,
to
Mark
watch them
Thomas.
do this.
Okay, we have a question here from Jamie Mack. He says, I hunt for and find a lot of modern errors and varieties. I love them and hoard them, but should I be selling instead? I've seen a lot of price drops for some. Okay, depends. Let me take, and I will, I'm going to say one thing on this. Varieties and errors, two different things, two different animals. For the errors, now I do know Brad could help me with this because there was a time that the errors was pretty plentiful because the government really took them when the great big bags were being sold to the counters, and it was not illegal to take the varieties and just disperse them out. The prices started getting real cheap on the error coins that were being sold at eBay. Now that's just certain years. I believe it was in the 90s. However, the United States government come back and said, "Hey, you got to take, and if you find an error, you got to return it to us." And all of a sudden, the prices started going back up. Now that's got to do with the errors, varieties. It depends. When they first come out, they're going to be high. Once the market gets saturated enough to fulfill the demand, the prices will go down. That would be my take on it. If anybody else has a take on it, go ahead and go for it from there.
No, I agree completely, Robert. Errors are more of a one of a kind or, shot. Varieties, the more of them you find, the less they're worth. I know I watch the 60Ds go down from $200 down to like 90, like the ones I found and roll, because I used to roll search a lot. I still do, but they've dropped quite a bit. The more you find, the more they go down.
Namaste asks, what other resources are there to have error varieties attributed? He's been many months and not heard back from Wexler. Robert, you can probably answer as to what ANAX will put into their slabs. Why don't we start there?
Well, ANAX will attribute anything that comes back from Wexler. However, right now, guys, I cannot go into it because I don't know. However, I was talking to Chris Hurley, who's knowledgeable about this as well. He's on our Facebook channel. Right now, there's some issues going on. I believe they are medical. We don't know who is taking over for Wexler. In fact, I was debating, Brad, about seeing what John would say at ANAX, see what it would take for me in order for them to accept varieties from me. But I don't have none of the files from Wexler and or Konica, which would require just that, as you know. And I'm thinking he may require me to go to Colorado Springs to do possibly one of the seminars with some of the people that I'm sorry, I do not have some respect for certain ones. There's others I have tons of respect for. I just don't know who is doing the shows to teach on varieties and errors. There's some I would have a hard.
I wasn't aware that was that problem with Annex, but I've always, if I just had a coin created, I always wanted to go to PCGS, but if I had a variety or an error, I always sent it to Annex because they always recognized it, and you could trust that. But I didn't realize they were having internal problems because
They are not having internal problems. You misunderstood what I'm saying. What I'm saying is they do not have an attributor that is qualified. I mean, they do over at Konica. They did with Wexler. However, Konica right now, I don't know. Their system seems to be messed up. Wexler, there is some medical or health issues there. But however, it was sold, I believe, but still, there is nothing right now that is organized, and from my understanding that I have heard, I do not
I apologize.
know that to be a fact.
I apologize for misunderstanding. I didn't.
That's okay.
It
That's okay.
didn't register.
That's what I'm trying to. I don't fully understand Alden, so don't be apologizing. Okay, I don't fully understand. I'm not certain that. I mean, I do know for a fact one thing and one thing only. They ANEX, NGC, and PCGS are all, and ICG are all accepting the cherry pickers guide. Now, any new variety above and beyond that, I don't know who they. I know some of the players out there, guys. I just don't know if I know in the past ANEX used to accept anything from John Wexler. Right now, I don't know that they're accepting from anybody. However, guys, it's 5:02. I know Brad is a very busy man, and he's got to take, and his wife has got a very big club. I've seen it. She will take and beat him like an ugly stepchild if he's late for dinner.
Beat him like a chicken.
As you can see, she's already beaten
Robert,
a couple times.
Robert, you got to answer one last question.
Uh-oh.
Ronald Harris said, how are waffle coins made other than with a really big waffle iron?
Yeah, you know how to answer that. Go for it, Brad.
No, I mean, I actually don't know. Are those roller dies or are those stamped, or I don't know how the waffles are made.
Okay, yeah. As far as I know, I believe they are. I'll be honest, I don't know. Not precisely.
I always thought they were stamped, but I may be wrong. I think they're stamped.
I believe it's stamped. Yep, they have a machine that
stamped is
the rejects all go through.
Yeah, I got a few, so yeah, they look like they're stamped.
I will look into that, guys. I'm not certain exactly how they are made.
I'm not sure.
I would think that what Brad said would be potential. Bam 83P, no FG Kennedy. Congratulations, John Jacobs, if you got one. I've got a 65 or 66 plus. I don't remember which, but don't have it here. However, guys, let's go ahead and go around the batch here. We're going to take and we're going to highlight people and let you know who they are, and they can take and give you a little bit of information about them, and then we're going to take and close this podcast up. Don't forget, at the end of this, you need to take and type in.
I'm froze.
You need to type in
Bicentennial.
Thank you. Bicentennial at the end of this, and you will be registered to win a bicentennial coinage. So, just wanted to let you know that. Well, I was going to go to Alden, but he's not here. So, Joe, I'm going to let you go.
All right. Hey, thanks everyone for being in here today. Fun show. Yeah, I do auctions Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Mondays at 2 Central, Wednesdays at 7 Central, and Fridays at 2 Central. So tomorrow, 2 o'clock Central, we'll be doing an auction. Hope to see some of you guys over there. And hey, have a great evening. Stay safe and be blessed, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Joe. Okay, next up, guys, we got Brian Karloff. Go ahead, Brad.
Yes, Cashmere Fuzz, I was listening. I passed the end of the podcast quiz by knowing what the keyword was and had a great time this week. See you all next Thursday. Have fun and cherry pick away. CoinsPlusCincy.com if you want to know more. Thank you.
And finally, it's up to me, guys. Tomorrow at 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we will have a show. We're going to be selling a bunch of different items. One of them is going to be the Assassin. So there you go. Hope to see you guys there. Take care. We'll see you next Thursday at 3:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're right here for another podcast. Listen, by the way, real quick, couple of items for the podcast. I would like to get you, some of the people that are on our channel, to take and that just come in, our regulars. I'd like to have you guys on the channel. Don't be afraid. Don't be shy. Get a camera. Come on in. The only thing we want, we do have Hampton Consulting will be out there, guys. He's going to come in and do isn't it Hampton Consultant? Yeah. Hampton Consultant. They're going to be doing a premiere, or he's going to do a show with us. But we'd like to get you guys, any of you guys that are out there that are on the channel, if you have something that you collect that you enjoy that has to do with coins, get a hold of me. We'll be happy to take, and we will be happy to show you guys, let you have a little bit of time as well. So take care, guys. Though we're going to get out of here and let you have, just have a wonderful evening. Okay. So take care. We'll see you tomorrow at 7:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here at YouTube Coin Up. You have to be looking at coins between now and then. Happy hunting all. Good night.